There you are, James here. So today I'm going to be doing Brothers in Arms. It was suggested, and full disclosure, I have seen bits and pieces of this. It's been at least a couple of years since I last. So I remember Tim coming in with a super low voice, and it was before I really knew what Home for You were about. So I decided that rather than just skip such a masterpiece, that I would do a reaction to it and add it to my channel because it's basically a black hole in my memory. So this is Brothers in Arms. I love the original. Dire Straits is one of my favorites. So let's go. Tennessee. So I've always mentioned how much I love that organ sound, that wall of sound by Humphrey, but this one's different, right? It's amazing how after having listened to so many new songs and stuff that I have so much more context to what I'm listening to. So this is a lot more intricate, a lot more layering. And there's also dissonance there between Rob and Austin, creating that kind of tension, which makes perfect sense in a song like this. It's supposed to get you kind of tearing up, right? Give that tension inside of you while being soothing.
These mist-covered mountains.
Ooh, the mist
are
rising.
Home now for me, but my home is the lowlands. And always will be.
Adam.
Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms.
Looks like a ghost.
And you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms.
Ooh. All right, so I'm going back there for that note. And I want to say in the description it mentions that this shouldn't be taken solely as a war memorial song. I know that one of the people who suggested this mentioned that, they've experienced loss related to, the military and all that. So I'm sure for a lot of you, this is quite difficult to listen to and uplifting in a tasteful way that Home Free can make you feel. But it's also a kind of song about the civil war of ideas, right? Not just in the US, but everywhere. And they're very tasteful with that. One of my favorite songs by Home Free was Land of the Free. And I remember thinking, just how did they get away with this, but everyone loves it. Doesn't matter what political stance you have. It's such an uplifting, joyful experience while being patriotic. And I love that. I love how they managed to do that. Nice.
Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire,
Ooh.
I've witnessed your suffering,
Austin,
as the battles raged high.
Okay, this is genius. As I mentioned, a lot of context. I've been paying attention to how they're building, not just with the notes, with the layering upwards. Of course, you go from Tim to Chance. That alone brings it up a bit. But then you get all this opening and closing of the vowels. They bring it down, then they open it up. It creates such a swell. It's it really adds to the kind of emotional impact of this song.
And though they did hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm,
Chance is perfect for this.
You did not desert me, my brothers in arms.
Oh. So I'm going back to beginning of that. That's like a gut punch. Everything I just said, and they just bring it out, just bang. On those harmonies, volumes up slightly, completely open, flat sound a la Home Free Special. Oh, that's a real gut punch. I was expecting harmonies in the chorus, but not like that. That's, yeah.
My brothers in arms.
Austin.
There's so many.
I wasn't going to pause, but I have to. I'm sorry. So, Austin, my brain was following Austin there, taking you to heaven, and then Tim right back down to hell. Such a diverse sound, so beautiful. Jeez.
There's so many different worlds.
Oh, echo.
So many different suns. And we have just one world. But we live in different ones.
Again, this theme of emptiness, you got the echo. At first I was like, why? But it makes perfect sense, right? It's like that echoing sound combined with the images of a cemetery with no one there. It creates this kind of futility almost. It's like no one's listening, you know? Oh, I'm getting involved in this one.
But we live in different ones.
Ah, Chance. Also to mention, even this, it looks like they're in heaven or something. And when they go near the windows, when they do the verse, they become translucent. So there's a lot of afterlife and emptiness and imagery here, you know? It's wonderful.
Now the sun's gone to hell,
More imagery, hell.
and the moon's riding high. Let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die, but it's written in the starlight.
Oh, wow.
Every line in your palm. We're fools to make war on our brothers in arms.
Wow. Ah. And I did mention the organ there, and we get it. We even get the organ. Yep, that's it. Okay. Wow. Okay, that was quite involving. And I mean, I have no direct connection to the military in any kind of way. I don't know anyone who lost their life serving. I don't know of anyone connected to anyone serving, but this has a larger meaning for me, which I'll get into in the conclusion. If not, I mean, not everyone's going to want to listen to that. So that's the reaction. Thank you so much. If you want to hear what I think about it, give me a couple of seconds. So we get the Star Spangled Banner right there, front and center, but I feel like this is a ubiquitous theme, you know, and I think the original was written during the Falklands War, 1982. So yeah, just goes to show this is an adaptation, but it's so different from the original. I was wondering how they were going to handle it. You know, you have that synth, and it's really Mark's guitar that does all the speaking, I find. He's got that kind of husky voice, but I mean, the moment Tim comes in, you know, redefining that, you know, with Home Free, it's not the guitar, not Adam's guitar, it's not the beat, it's harmonies that do all the talking here. And just, you kind of feel it, right? It's a song you feel, and they do so much to make you feel it, constantly shifting, constantly undulating, constantly in and out, dissonance, high notes, low notes, echoes, you know, the visuals. So it's an experience, I think, and for some, I picture this being quite difficult, but in a typical Home Free way, which means that there's always a kind of togetherness, and so there's a kind of warmth to it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, this one's an absolute classic. I know it's a classic, and I'm referring to the Home Free version. It's absolutely spectacular. I'd be interested to know why they decided to do this one, what prompted it, if there was someone in the group or was the fans or whatever, because it's an interesting one for them to do, I think. Anyway, what can I say? This one's going on repeat. There's so much to go through here. I really loved it. So thank you very much for being here and for sticking with it, and I'll see you in the next one.